Underdog Jets podcast is back with the full Jets roster, 53-man. And Wayne, today, this is pretty much the last, not the last practice, but the last practice where the media is available.
Right.
Then they're going to get some days off before anticipation for practice of week 1. And a familiar friend comes to town.
Yeah. Listen, we can get into that, big familiar person coming to town, home opener and all that stuff. But everything started today as far as molding the roster together, and some interesting moves to make the 53-man roster. Some people are going to like, some not, but that's usually how it is. So let's get into the surprises, obviously first on the cut down day today.
Okay, so when we look at the team, the biggest thing that fans were upset about was Jamal Pritchett. The kid who wore 36 in the preseason doesn't have a lot of height, but he has NFL explosiveness. He showed it in week 3 against Philly with some nice run after catches, some returns. He could do pretty much everything. And universally, I think everyone had him on the 53-man up until the point Gibson and Lazard showed up after being injured, and they showed up at practice this week, and that kind of put a monkey wrench into things. So the young receivers, Brandon Smith, that big 87, big body dude, Jamal Pritchett and Skinner, all bound for the practice squad.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, these guys
exactly.
And, Skinner had that catch, but it's tough. As far as having keeping Alan Lazard, I like the guy. He fits in perfect with their scheme as far as run blocking, but obviously he's a big old guy, has experience, but he can go up and get the 50-50 ball. He's not there to just be a blocker.
Yeah.
And then Gibson, that's my surprise. I don't think he has shown enough as a receiver to be there. I know he's a returner. I think they have other guys capable of being more to the position, also a returner. So a little surprised that he made it over some of the other guys. So that's a surprise to me, and it's just a shame that one of those guys, Pritchard or Skinner, didn't make the active roster, in my opinion.
Agreed. And it was a surprise to me too. And, historically, I've been a bigger Gibson fan than Jets fans are now. He's kind of fit into that group where, you know how it is with fans. They just get tired of a guy after a while.
He's a gimmick guy. He's not a true receiver, I don't believe. I just think, I think he had a chance to show what he could do already.
Yes.
And I don't think he's that guy. And I don't think he's, top tier return guys. So, yeah. And the other guys are a little cheaper. So I'm not sure about that one, but maybe he'll prove us wrong.
Yeah, it was a tough one. And the biggest thing is he was hurt most of the summer. Like, he was injured.
Next year's name too. Yeah, it's it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, being injured, I didn't think Glenn would look past that, because I think he was injured more than he played this summer. So that was a big surprise. Skinner, I understood. He has height. His smarts in the route running kept coming to me when I kept watching more of the film with the 3 games. But I think he's just got to bulk up a little. He needs a little work, I think.
It's tough, though, because if you look at it, Garrett and Tyler Johnson, I thought were a lock, obviously Garrett. So Garrett Wilson, Josh Reynolds, and Lazard. I mean, that's your 3 guys, your 3 vets. Garrett's obviously, the star. But filling in after that, you would think Tyler Johnson was there, and obviously the draft pick, Aaron Smith. So that's your 5 guys.
Yeah.
I don't think they were going to get rid of Lazard at any point. So after that, it was who can do more on special teams or this and that. So that's probably the reason for those cuts. And like he said, 1 or 2 of those guys might be in the practice squad. I think we're number 7 in waivers. So we'll see.
Yep. Here is the guy, the waiver claimants came out, the waiver moves. Jarek Bernard-Converse right now is the only Jet who was claimed by a different team. I can't remember who claimed him. And then Jelani Woods, this just broke about an hour ago, tight end. The Jets claimed him. So now they're at 4 tight ends with a fullback. They're going to have to create a spot.
Yeah, I don't know much about Woods.
I don't either, to be honest.
I know Rucker plays some special teams. The Beck kid, he's what you need in this offense. Let me see, Jelani Woods, number 80.
He ain't wearing that number.
Yeah, no.
He wearing that number.
Hey, listen, go. I loved Jet fans forever. I'm a Jet fan forever, but
Yes.
it's the trolls already, and I agree with the Jet fans about their opinion on this and that. Half the people thought that they should do this, half the others, and they're both right to a degree because you can make a case for all those fifth, sixth, seventh receivers. So they're right, but you get the trolls right away. Oh, the fact that only one of our guys was picked off waivers that we released of the 30 will let you know the talent on the Jets that nobody wants their players. It's like,
no, that's
that's
ridiculous.
That's trolls. That's not Jet fans, but
it's ridiculous. Yeah, because there's only been about 6 or 7 claims league wide. It's not a common occurrence.
Yeah, our guys aren't good enough to. I mean, well, good. Then let's keep our guys. Let's keep Pritchett, Skinner, and the other guys that should have made it. It's just the first silly comment.
Yes, yeah. And what fans are missing is it's hard to claim a guy because you're trying to shed roster yourself.
I wouldn't say fans. I would say fan. You know what I mean? You get the one guy like, it's like, come on, man. You're trying to rally, the village here to, put the guys on the, Aaron Glenn and Muji's decisions. But I think they did a great job. And the guys they did keep are culture guys. Keep saying that, but that is a thing. Culture is a thing. We didn't have it on other teams. Didn't have it as much on some of my teams. And you see it across the league. They've created a culture. They want those specific skill set. They're not trying to fit this system to the player. And doing it the right way. They built it around the players. So that's our offense. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball.
Really, really quick. Jelani Woods, 6'7", 253, third-round pick in 2022 for the Colts, and went to Oklahoma State and Virginia. So obviously transferred. He hasn't played the last 2 years. Yeah. So that's interesting. It seems to me it's a guy with a lot of talent, has some size. He could do a little blocking. He probably hasn't graded out great, is what I heard. But there's potential. He's just got to stay healthy, most likely.
I don't know where he gets on the field. Oh, one more thing. Obviously, we're going into the season with 2 active quarterbacks.
Yes.
Fields and Taylor. Obviously, Taylor, I do feel, could start in this league on a team. Definitely be one of the top backups. I know he has some injuries.
Agreed.
But what do you think about, I know they try to get him back with Martinez and obviously Cook.
Yeah.
Martinez they've had, but, bringing Cook back or one of them on the practice squad. It has to be one or at least 2 of them.
I think they played it perfectly. And initially in OTAs, I was looking at Brady Cook and I'm like, what is this guy doing here? He in retrospect, he was so nervous. He kept on overthrowing every seam right down the middle. And I couldn't believe it. Then when camp started, it was a 180-degree turnaround. He grasped the offense. He looked tremendous. He was doing what the coaches wanted. And I think they played it perfectly. They released Martinez on Friday or Saturday.
Right.
And they held on to Cook the entire time with a few other guys and didn't announce it until late last night. So I think they're really enamored with Cook, and it's the perfect situation to get him to the practice squad, squeeze him through waivers. If it was me, I probably would have gone 3 quarterbacks, but I understand how difficult it is. I really do. It's tough.
Yeah, it is what it is. I think they're going to get one of them back.
Yeah, I think it'll be Cook. It'll be Cook.
Not a huge deal, but yeah, I mean, everybody likes their guys, want to keep their guys, but they'll be all right.
Yeah, it's just the running quarterback thing scares me. That's all. But hey, if you get him on the practice squad, that is the best case scenario. You don't have to use a roster spot. He's still in the building. You're good to go.
So, I mean, that is what it is right now.
Mm-hmm. All right, so defense, right?
Yeah.
So defense, I think by the way, really quickly, offense, the other surprise was this guy, Marquise Hayes. Everyone had them pegged for 9 linemen. Maybe some had 10, but the 10th was Carter Warren. Marquise Hayes came out of nowhere. They really like this guy, so they're carrying 10 linemen.
Gotcha. Hey, makes sense.
Yeah. Defensively, Not too many surprises. As I mentioned, they cut Jarek Bernard-Converse, so they're only going with 9 DBs, which is a little light. But some of these guys are versatile. Isaiah Oliver could play at any position. Tony Adams could play the slot. Malachi Moore could play the slot as safeties. Michael Carter II has safety experience. Zaire Barnes at linebacker, big special teamer, really athletic, and McGregor at edge. I wouldn't say they're surprises, but they're the two that not everyone had on the roster.
Well, McGregor helped himself a lot in the last preseason game. So
he did. He did.
A high motor guy.
Yes.
That's the kind of guy you want. I like that, Leonard Taylor III made it. I like him as a player. Obviously your linebackers look good. The line, they brought in, what did they bring in? Phillips and
yes, the
Briggs,
trades.
the new guys.
Yep, Harrison Phillips, who looks a little like Joe Douglas, I heard, walking into the locker room, and Juwan Briggs from Cleveland.
Bring up Harrison Phillips' bio if you can.
Okay, yeah, well, Harrison, he's the perfect run stuffer.
I know, but people don't know the name, so it's like they don't understand. These are the guys on teams, that had these good defenses.
Yep.
You just never heard of, and next thing you know, that they played so many years, how many starts. These guys, they're hard to find.
They are. He's 29 from Omaha, Nebraska. Came from Minnesota. I think he got drafted by Buffalo. Let's bring up his bio. And he's a big dude. Listen, they had Byron Cowart. They liked him. He's going to miss the season on IR. And I think that was the injury that prompted these moves with Harrison Phillips and Briggs. And to me, Phillips is the perfect guy alongside Quinnen.
Games played in his last couple years.
Stats, games played. Here we go. Minnesota, 7. This is what you love. 17 games played, 17 games played, 17 games played. The last 3
seasons, he's played every game.
Every game.
Yeah, that's what you need. That's the kind of guy you want. So, yeah, a lot of people, I'm sure people know, of him. A lot more people know looking at the stats that he's good. But, he's going to be perfect next to Quinnen. Definitely a big pickup that, is not being seen by the, some of the fans across the league. But certainly a quality guy, lunch pail kind of guy. I heard he's good in the locker room. So, it's one of the things that's not going to be, it's going to be overlooked a little bit, but they'll see once the season starts.
Agreed. And it's one of those positions too where they just don't get a lot of love. It's because everything they do is for the guy next to them. Take on double teams, don't get moved, keep the spacing.
He's your Sam Adams, Tony Saragusa guy.
Yes, exactly.
And then linebackers very happy to have guys like that in front of them. That's how Ray Lewis and all those guys got off and everybody, because no lineman would ever able to get to the second tier.
Yes.
Free,
It's funny, like those guys, they don't get a lot of love on broadcast on game day from the fans, but I bet you they get the most presence from their teammates.
You know what? That's why when we went down to Baltimore, we went no huddle, or not a hurry up, but kind of no huddle, get on the line kind of thing, so we could keep Saragusa and Adams on the field, running and passing downs. We wouldn't give them a chance to get off the field. You try to take advantage of that situation, but when they're on the field, they're a handful.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. It really is. And if for those on video on YouTube, you look at the screen, PFF, some pretty impressive grades from a one tech nose tackle type at his position. First in assists with 25 last year. Fifth in forced fumbles, obviously tied because he only had 1. Fifth in batted passes with 4. That's nothing to sneeze at. So he could still play at a high level, no doubt.
Yeah, snaps wise. Yeah. It's crazy. Hey, real quick, look at the cuts across the league. Some interesting names. Anything we're looking at, Isaiah Simmons and some receivers, Deontay Johnson, obviously Robbie Anderson, but we don't. I know.
Did Robbie Anderson get cut?
Yeah, he's not that guy.
No.
Hunter Renfrow.
Yes,
He was
he
out
was.
of
He
football,
piqued
came
my
back
interest too.
late for training camp. He puts on a clinic in these in practices for sure. I see him in the one-on-one, somebody to stop him. But even in games, some of the routes this kid has run since Clemson, tremendous. Someone's going to pick him up, and just one of the names I noticed.
Yes, he was the one that got my interest too. I go, ooh, that's interesting, because for the most part, I turn away the ideas from the fans like, oh, sign this guy at receiver, sign this guy. I'm just like, to sign a guy or trade for a guy, he's got to be like a cut above everyone else. But Renfro was a dude that piqued my interest.
Yeah, money. I mean, stormtrooper there on the lawnmower. Yeah, listen, he's also a vet, so his salary is a lot more than
Yes.
these younger guys. It's just what it is, minimum salary for a vet, or whatever it is. So it's not like a cheap guy to bring in just because he's on the street. You have to invest some money in him, but I don't know. Results speak for themselves, but I know there's some other guys that might bring some interest, but.
Yep. If
You
you look
just
at the
be
screen,
curious what other teams are doing when they're making their cuts. It's not just us. DeVito.
Yep. This is the waiver wire. These are the claims that happens. DeVito's to the Pats.
I know I was doing a signing a couple of years ago, right towards the end of the season. And it was your standard guys like me. I was there, like, Lawrence Taylor was there, like, I think like Jim Kelly was there, Bruce Smith, but some of the New York guys, the retired guys, mostly. And they had DeVito in there. Remember, he had his agent get him everything. So DeVito was in there.
Tony Soprano's friend.
Yeah, and he was signing like tons and tons of thousands of things, and I'm just like, people were looking like, he had played a couple games, and I know, I wished him the best, but all of a sudden, like, he wasn't playing, and I was like, I remember those guys signed like 2,000 things for him after like 2 games, and I was like, wow. I was like, I'm not saying he can't play in the league, but what if he leaves? What are those people going to do with all that stuff? And I was like, I was just, that was what people felt of him, like he was the next this, next that, and he got his chance, but they were going to bring someone, and they were bringing back this guy and that guy, but hopefully he gets a chance there. But it just interested me back then because I saw him and his agent in there signing, and I was like, all right, but
you saw it coming a mile away.
Yeah, he's enjoyable to watch, but nothing against him. It's just weird that day. I was just like, he was getting more attention than all of us, and I was like, man, I hope he makes it.
I know. The whole jersey thing, that's what it was. I think it was the jersey thing, common guy, and maybe that's what it is too. Like, fans realize they know what it is, and not everyone. A lot of Giants fans thought he was the future.
Yeah.
It's interesting. And also, by the way, we're recording this for when everyone listens or watches. We're recording this during the day while these things are happening. Other 2 moves, Jelani Woods wasn't the only claim. Issa Pohl, offensive tackle from KC, and Cam Jones, linebacker from KC. So the Jets are raiding KC. This puts Hayes's and Zaire Barnes's spots in jeopardy. They might go to the practice squad, but we'll see.
All right, good. So we're making moves.
Yes.
Trying to think of the other guys, but actually, like I said, a lot of these guys that can play are going to find spots other places. I wish them all the best, but wow, they're lasting that long back there. You can hear me, right?
You're fine. It's very low.
Some of these guys across the league are going to find homes. I hope they all find homes or find their way back to us.
Yeah. The Jets also kept thicker kicker on the practice squad for those interested.
So our roster's set. Listen, I don't think the depth chart's going to change much, but if you put the starting lineup and you're going with that, I'm comfortable with that. Comfortable with the team they put together. Like I said, these are system guys. These are some guys that we hope can achieve, in spite of what the defense they're in or the system they're in. And I like it. I mean, people are going to question 2 start quarterbacks. I mean, 2 quarterbacks in the roster, but that is a common thing.
That's okay. It's okay. 2 quarterbacks.
That's fine.
That's the norm these days. It's the norm.
Listen, it happens, and there's always a third person that can play quarterback if need be to the receiver, obviously, or a running back. But yeah,
Did you ever play quarterback?
I knew we were going to carry a lot of tight ends. I knew the receivers would be big, like a Reynolds and Lazard guy.
Yep.
And yeah, deep line, 10 offensive linemen.
Yep.
Got 2 starting 5s there. Deep line on the defense. And you got some dogs up front. Listen, this is what we wanted to see in training camp. It doesn't equate to wins. But Muji and AG have and the coaching staff have put together a good team to open the season. Things will change. Some people will step up that you won't expect. And the people you do expect, I think, like Garrett and Brees and Braylon and tight ends, obviously, they're going to make plays. And it's going to vary from game to game, I think, depending on the scouting report and all that stuff. But I like where we are. They brought the culture in. You can see it in training camp. You can see it in practice. You can see it in the preseason games. So it's kind of where you want to be at this point. Like I said, doesn't equate wins, but we got a much better product. Definitely worth the ticket to go watch these games because they're more disciplined. They're more excited. They're more hungry, obviously, to prove everybody wrong that they are indeed an upcoming team.
Well said. And you know what this reminds me of week 1 against Pitt at home? It reminds me of Rex Ryan's first home game against the Patriots in 2009.
Yeah.
And when they beat him, Rex called all the season ticket holders, left a message. And I was in the building that day, just coincidentally, the loudest I ever heard, Giant Stadium. It was outrageous. And this week 1, this start of the season with Aaron Glenn, it reminds me of that sort of opportunity. So I think Jets fans are going to come ready.
The good thing is they're going to be around the field and it's them. There's no glaring person, like Aaron in the last 2 years,
Right.
Rodgers. You're looking at everybody. The pressure's on everybody, but it's not as big on the quarterback. It's not as big on this guy.
It's the Jets show.
I know Sauce is our guy. We're not worried about him. He's out of contract. We're not worried about Jermaine's back. We got, it's just not one person that we're relying on. And if something happens or they get up and, they have to shake off something, it's not like that.
That's a really great point.
Out of the tunnel. So people know last week they had all the coaches off the field. Aaron, AG was out there, was the only coach out there, and he let Justin called the offense and Sherwood called the defense.
Yes.
And that was it. And he let them do their thing. And that's the kind of coach he is. He's not going to be running down into the end zone, taking away any of the glory or spotlight from his players if they do well.
Yes.
Different kind of guy. And I think people are going to see that. Known the guy for a long time. It's different. Like I said, it doesn't equate automatically to wins. It's just a better product. They're not going to beat themselves, and that's what you want at this point. And then let's see where we go from game 1.
Perfectly said. We'll wrap it up right there.
All right.
We'll come back. Jets fans, we'll do a live show next week at some point to preview week 1 and the season. So stay tuned to JetX on the website. Use discount code 80. I got a Malachi Moore film review coming that's going to be behind the paywall. And, of course, YouTube and Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all that good stuff.
Be excited, everybody. It's going to be good.
Yeah, man, dude. It's funny. I was watching, it was random, but I watched a Bill Parcells documentary on YouTube yesterday. It was like an hour and a half. It took him through the entire career.
Yeah.
I'm a Parcells guy all the way. Everyone knows it. Some Jets fans, I want to fight them to the death, hate Parcells. I can't understand why. But watching that made me think about Glenn and how he will evolve as the head coach, especially even this year.
Listen, like I said, he's a little bit of Bill. Yeah. He's a little bit of Algaro. He's a little bit of Sean Payton. He's a little bit of Dan Campbell. You get the right pieces, all of them. First-time head coach. I don't care. At some point, everybody's a first-time head coach.
Yes.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. So, yeah. we'll see what happens.
All right, Wayne. Fans, we'll see you next week.